Okay, good day, students. We will continue the discussion of the gastrointestinal tract anatomy, gross anatomy. Now we will be looking at the stomach. Okay, you see with these on the board, we were wondering this is not a stomach, but this is the representation of your vertebral column. So I am representing here the T11, and this is just to help me outline the position of the stomach. So that's the T11, that's the T12, that's L1, that's L2, L3, L4, and L5. Now the stomach, the anatomy of the stomach, or the gross anatomy of the stomach is, we know that the stomach is slightly pushed to the left side. It is actually sleeping on a bed. It also has curvatures. It has a fundus, it has body, it has cardiac region, it has a pyloric region. So the stomach is in a relaxed mood. If there is no food in it, it's slightly bigger than the size of a large intestine. However, when it is filled up with food, it can take approximately 2 to 3 liters of food, and in very slim persons it can extend or descend all the way down into the pelvic region. Alright, it can change. So let us look at the position of the stomach, and I'm going to use this. So we know that the diaphragm, so this is the diaphragm, that's the diaphragm. Let me think it well. So that's it. That's the diaphragm. Okay. So we have this. We have this all the way down here. We can increase this all the way up. Increase this all the way up. Down there. That's the diaphragm. And this is the esophageal hiatus. Stomach comes all the way there. Alright. I'm going to change that a little while. Alright. Okay, so that's the greater curvature of the stomach. That's the duodenum. So let me change this. So that's your diaphragm. Okay. So from the esophageal hiatus, you go into at the level of your T8. So this is T8. Somewhere up there is T8, T11, because the diaphragm is in a dome shape. So you can have the T8 all the way, T9, 10, and then 11. So that's 11, T11. So let us see. Now look at the parts of the stomach. The stomach has a lesser curvature and a greater curvature. That's a lesser curvature of the stomach, and this is a greater curvature of the stomach. Alright? And here is a cardiac notch. That's your cardiac. And this is the fundus of the stomach. That's the fundus of the stomach. And here you have this portion of the stomach is called the cardia. That's the cardia. Now, the cardia is usually at the level of T11. The cardia is usually at the level of T11, thoracic vertebrae 11, and it's about 6. It's about the level of the 6th intercostal cartilage. So it is on the 6th intercostal, left 6th intercostal cartilage here, and about 2 to 3 centimeters away from the midline. So that's the midline. That's the midline. So the cardia is approximately 2 to 3 centimeters away from the midline at the level of T11 at the 6th left intercostal cartilage. That's where you have the cardia. And again, the whole of this is the body. So this is the body of the stomach. And we have this to be this portion here is the pyloric antrium. And this is the pylorus. That's the pylorus. And here you have the pyloric canal. And somewhere here we have the incisive canal. So this is the stomach. It has a lesser curvature and a greater curvature. That's the pyloric canal, right? And this is the pyloric region. And this is the cardiac region, and the cardiac orifice is there. And we have the pyloric orifice. Now the pylorus, this is the pyloric region, is usually at the level of L1. This is L1. So it extends all the way from T11 all the way to TL1. Now L1 marks the transpyloric plane. L1 marks the transpyloric plane, which is an imaginary line that cuts through the pylorus at the level of the 8th intercostal cartilage on both sides. At the level of the 8th intercostal cartilage on both sides. So this is a transpyloric plane. So that's an imaginary line that cuts through the pyloric region. Okay? Now the stomach it's actually literally resting or sleeping in supine position on a bed. So we call it the bed of the stomach. Bed of the stomach. Now from superior to inferior, there are structures in which the stomach is actually lying upon. So one of them will be the left dome of the diaphragm. So that's the diaphragm, so the left dome of the diaphragm. So we have the first structure there from superior to inferior is the left dome of the diaphragm. That's the first one. Number 2, from superior to inferior will be the spleen. The next is a spleen. Number 3 is the left kidney. So we have the left kidney. Number 4 is this left suprarenal gland. The left suprarenal gland. Number 5 is the splenic artery. The splenic artery. Number 6, there will be the pancreas. So these are structures upon which the stomach is resting upon. They're called the bed of the stomach, and it runs from superior to the inferior. So the first is the dome, the left dome of the diaphragm, and then the spleen. Remember that the spleen is somewhere here, so we have the spleen here. There's a position of the spleen, and then we have the left kidney. So the left kidney will be here. So we have the left kidney, and then the suprarenal gland, and then the splenic artery, and the pancreas. So the pancreas will be extending all the way from this portion here, because it is on the cover of the C structure that is formed by the duodenum, and goes also the pancreas would literally be the most inferior structure. Now, having seen this, it's important that we lay out. It looks a little bit rough, but I still don't want to wipe this out, because I also want to represent the atrial supply of the stomach, and as well as the esophagus. Now I want you all to pay careful attention to this. Now the atrial supply, arterial supply, is basically the celiac trunk. So let us represent the celiac trunk in this portion here. So the celiac trunk is a major branch of the abdominal aorta. Okay? A major branch of the abdominal aorta. So the celiac trunk, that's the celiac trunk. The celiac trunk branch off from the abdominal aorta at a level of T12. So that's your, so I put this here. That's the abdominal aorta as it descends, and at the level of L4, L5 it bifurcates. At the level of L4, L5 it bifurcates into the common iliac artery, and that's the internal iliac artery. And this continues all the way and becomes the external iliac artery. So these are the common iliac artery. Now here you have your celiac trunk at the level of T12. And at the level of L1, you have your superior. So at the level of L1 is a superior mesenteric artery. At the same portion there, you would have these branches from the arch of aorta, which is going to be your left and right renal arteries. At the level of L2 is a branching of your testicular artery or ovarian artery. However, the left testicular artery is slightly higher than the right one. Okay? Now at the level of L3, you have your inferior mesenteric artery. So let us label this. So this is the inferior mesenteric artery, and that is your superior mesenteric artery. Now let us concentrate a little bit on the celiac trunk. But the general anatomical outline is what I want you to get, the relationship between these branches of the arch of aorta. That's what I want you to get. Now the first thing you should know is that the celiac trunk branches from the abdominal aorta at the level of T12, and the superior mesenteric artery branches from at the level of L1. At the same time, the renal artery, left and right renal artery branches at that level, and the testicular artery or ovarian artery branches at the level of L2, and the inferior mesenteric artery branches at the level of L3. So understanding the relationship of these branches with the stomach are very key to understanding this part of growth anatomy. When you go into the duodenum, when you go into the abdominal cavity, this is usually the arrangement you would see when you drive into that portion. Now, I'm going to stop at this point, and the next video we're going to see the outline of the stomach and the branches of the celiac artery. Thank you very much.